I will say in a non-toxic setup, a car fight is the best kind of fight.
When
Because
you
you're not
jump out.
trapped. It's like you're not trapped. You're like, no, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave at a
Yeah.
signal. Then you open the door a little bit, and he's like,
Or
please,
not at the signal.
please, shut the door, shut the door.
Have you ever left?
I didn't
No.
get the memo
I've
on
left
this
in the
fight.
car.
I was with you guys till the car door opened. I'm like, ये सब पागल है.
Hi guys, welcome back to Moment of Silence Pod. I'm Sakshi Shivdasani,
I'm Nana Bhan.
and today we have.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
We're so happy you're here.
Me too. First of all, though, I'm very proud of you guys. Last time I came, we were shooting it in Sakshi's living room on her pink couch, and now I just want to
Thank you. Not
Mashallah.
on her pink couch, off her
off
pink
her pink couch. Yeah, under it, right? Under it.
I can't believe
This-
in the beginning of the Moss Pod starting, we used to just call our friends and make them sit on the most uncomfortable.
and Nana wouldn't let me talk.
I'm going to say one thing before you speak. And that is, once in our lives, we did a Moss live event. And very, very kindly, Karima came there and she did a stand-up. And she, like, warmed up the audience. The popcorn of that was that Karima did such a fabulous job because all you could hear from the other room was people laughing. The flopcorn of that was that we didn't know what Karima said.
Oh, yeah.
To this day, my Roman Empire is your stand-up set on Moss Live.
That's true. Y'all were in the green room.
Yeah.
Where I was doing, but that was really fun. I hadn't done stand up that much that time. So y'all trusted me with it.
But what are you up to in your life? What's making people laugh in your stand-up if you were to do one right now?
Oh, I don't know. I think the confusion with which I'm living my life right now at 27 is quite funny to the audiences and not to me. Because like one day I wake up and I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to live in Bombay, retire, die here. The next day I'm like, maybe perhaps I should just become a teacher and quit everything, quit the public eye. So yeah, that's been my thought process right now.
And is that the theme of other 27-year-olds around you, your friends from back home? Or do you feel it more intensely because you are in the public eye and you're living this whole like dream life for a lot of people? Yeah.
It's quite whack actually because this is the first job I've ever had. And all my friends from back home are doing their PhDs or law, or none of them ever wanted to get into this. I also didn't really. I was going to be a journalist. So I think that they have had a more linear path. And when I was starting to do this, I was like, okay, by the time I'm 26, 27, I'll quit and I'll do the real job that I want to do, which would be maybe, I don't know, something more real that I didn't know existed in the first place. But then I was like, oh wait, you can make money from this job, and very well. So and now I'm like, I don't know what it is that I can do, because I was like, after this age I'm gonna do my masters. Whatever I earn, I'm gonna put into a masters and then do what I actually was supposed to do, because my Calcutta mother was very like, if you don't do a PhD in literature, then you're a failure at life. So, shout out Kausar, also
Shout out
Sakshi's bestie.
Kausar. Yeah. Well, really, like I'm actually close to both your moms. I think
That's true.
I get along with both your moms, like more similarly than y'all.
You are quite a parent-friendly.
I'm a parent
friend.
chamcha.
Yeah.
I'm a big
I didn't want to
chamcha.
say it because
Yeah.
they'd be like, she's taking a dig at
No,
Sakshi.
no.
Yeah.
She's a
I know what
parent
I'm
chamcha.
doing. I love being a chamcha. I love going up to their moms and going like, listen, just dishing.
If I tell you about a fight I've had with her, you'll take her side more.
Yeah.
Like, what about what Kausar felt? Like,
She's a massive fuckboy with moms. She'll fully to the point of texting them being like, hey, gorgeous, you up?
Hey, sweetie.
might have done it.
Yeah. No, I have. Shamelessly, I'll
Oh.
say it. But what would you study if you had to study right now?
I thought it would be like literature, but now perhaps it could be an editing course or a writing course or something in film. Maybe, I don't know, something to improve what I've already learned on the job by an actual teacher.
So, stand up, writing, acting, and content. Which one is your favorite to play?
So since I'm so neurodivergent, I think the newest thing is most exciting to me. Since I've done content for a while, I think film and writing and like the idea of acting in something and being someone else is very exciting to me right now. So
I feel like all of these things are so exciting, and I'm always like sparking curiosity here and there. Anytime someone gives me a new idea, they're like, oh, we crochet. I'm like, oh my God, I will learn how to crochet. I will join the crochet high rocks of the world, and then you're constantly doing these little side quests and moving through life.
I was going to buy a piano that day. I went to Fortado's. I was thinking today I will be a pianist. It was 4 lakhs, but
why do you think we do that?
I don't know, maybe we're just sad and we want to feel something more deep. Like,
why do you think we do that?
I don't know, but I was literally thinking every time I message either of y'all are on some side quest, but through that course, you'll end up doing a lot of cool stuff that comes on your resume. Like, Naina directed a music video over the weekend. Karima she's written and acting in a short film next week. So it actually ends up being quite cool. So I don't have that drive in me. I feel like once I start something and I got established, then you really need to like push and pull and like really roll me up a hill to do anything different. But it's so nice that you all constantly want to learn things.
But what will we do? मैं clay और pottery का मैं क्या skill का क्या करूँ? मतलब some skills are quite like used to be just a waste of time also.
Imagine the war happens. There are no vessels.
The war happens.
With
none
my
of y'all
air
are
dry
surviving.
clay from Blinkit, I will make a plate.
You're like, there's a stream, but there's no way to store that water. And you see like a clay bed.
Oh! And I only know how to make a polka dot ashtray.
Okay, 3 sips at a time. That's more hydration than anyone else.
That's right.
None of y'all would survive a war.
No.
We 100% would survive.
Who would die first though?
Between the 3 of us?
Pukam.
Because
it might end up being me. I feel like I'll just be like, guys, it's not worth it.
you'll give up first.
Yeah.
But जितना तुम जिम जाती हो उस हिसाब से I feel like you will.
वो नहीं give up
वो मैं
करेगी.
थोड़ी squat करने वाली हूँ war में.
भाई वो उसको trigger कर देंगे. They'll rage bait you with something, and you'll be like, now I'm going to be the last.
Now you
woman.
wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to post a scathing Instagram story about this.
This war really fucking up my
We
vibe.
need to
My
stop.
hot take on the war, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're not dying.
We really
No.
go into
We
death
won't
very
die.
quickly.
Yeah.
But I want to live my life as a Masi. I think Masis
Wow.
have the best lives. They are like your mother. They get all the perks of nurture and all the perks of side questing. And you can enjoy your life. You can live evergreen. You can pursue your masters in your 40s. You can join a commune. You can join a cult. You can do whatever. And you can come back on a Friday and hang out with your niece and nephew.
True. Unless you're married.
That is not part of my Masi plan.
Yeah.
Just to
Single
clarify.
Masi.
Single Masi.
Yeah. But speaking of being a single Masi, the topic that we had picked for this episode, just by my knowledge of everything,
Subtle
was
segue.
Vikrant Masi.
the most subtle in all the world.
Yeah.
Is dating horror stories. So we have some from the audience, but I feel like before we get it from the audience, our muse
Yes.
sitting right here.
Your favorite dating
My
stories
favorite
to hear.
dating stories.
Yeah, I would say it's been horrifying. Like, it's just truly like I've been single for a long time. Like, I've been in monogamous situationships, which I don't know what the fuck that even means.
A relationship.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't ask the guy that because that was his biggest problem. And yeah, I think Bombay has been actually the worst out of the 3 cities I've lived in.
Really?
Yeah, Delhi was still like, I was in a long distance relationship in college, so it was like, okay, like whatever.
Whatever.
Even though Delhi was, Delhi was also bad. I was kept hostage by a college senior at home for like 3 months. He would like tell me when I could go out and when I could come back in. I was also voluntarily staying put in that situation.
I hope so. And you weren't like chained to a bed or something.
No, we were cuddling and stuff. Yeah.
Just
That
with his
was
arms.
yeah. I was chained, but with love. I would like to think. And yeah, so Delhi was also bad. But Bombay, I think the boys are only very like, they have too much going on sometimes. So, and in this industry, whenever I've dated within it, I think that's been quite chaotic. Like, I don't think it's been easier outside of it.
As someone who has only ever dated in Bombay, like a few months ago, there was some survey that Mumbai is the best city in the world to date in, and I would do a very hard disagree to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worse everywhere else, but I think Mumbai guys in general are they raised with that performative feminism where they're like, yeah, we won't pay the bill.
Yeah.
We won't open the door.
Yeah.
But also,
Also, because they're dating like successful women, so they just think that they will not want the feels of a
the
provider.
nurturing.
Someone I met who's just moved from Delhi to Mumbai and who's been dating in the Mumbai market, she's like, it's more tempting to date in Mumbai because the boys are cuter. But no one wants to commit.
That's true.
Is that, yeah, I was going to ask, is that true?
I feel like Bangalore boys are quite cute.
I feel like Delhi boys look amazing.
Then they open their
Then they
mouth.
open their
Yeah,
mouth
yeah.
and then it's a
Yeah.
roadies audition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no
thirsty.
pressure to like become a person in Delhi.
What does
Like
that
there's
mean?
no anybody who has any ambition in Delhi move to a different city. Like the people left behind, and I'm gonna get flack for saying this, but I'm saying the most honest thing. Like they're all a little bit comfortable. Either they're in their dad's businesses or they just want to like enjoy their life. They live for the weekend. They live for that 2 trips in a year, and they're happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like if you're somebody who has that like hunger for doing things, you get really bored in
Yeah.
the city.
Unless you're Narendra Modi, who moved to Delhi.
Yeah, but maybe he'll move to
Classic.
Bombay.
Maybe. He's never tried it.
The dating pool is
He
better
could have
out
been an AD on set.
Yeah.
But Calcutta is also like that. Like people who are left behind, I think, are just like in that same routine, and they don't want to escape it at all. Like their jewelry business is going. So
I
they're
can't
there.
even imagine the disparity. Like Delhi to Mumbai feels already like a disparity in the pace of life, but Calcutta to Mumbai
Yeah.
is like stop motion to high speed.
That's so true. Wow. No, but you know, Delhi and Bombay and Calcutta are similar.
How?
Not in the zest for life at all.
Yeah.
Like I love the laziness of Calcutta. I like my nap in the
Siesta.
afternoon. Yeah. But like culturally, like सब Elvis Presley यहाँ पे भी सुन ही लेते हैं या फिर टोटोस चले गए तो वहाँ पे सेम ही वाइब हो जाती है Calcutta वाली. But and the boys also kind of similar in the sense of like opening the door. Are Bombay boys doing that?
No.
So, some of them have done that.
One.
Thank you.
He moved to Bombay.
You know who you are. Yeah.
So wait, Calcutta boys are not chivalrous.
They are very chivalrous. They will do a lot of, like, even if they are horrible, abusive boyfriends,
Oh,
they
they open
will
the door.
open the door for you.
Which is Delhi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you mean culturally in the sense that how Calcutta also you can step out in clothes you would wear in Bombay. Or like the nightlife is similar. Delhi feels more of a produced nightlife. Like, you know, it feels more similar to like Ludhiana. Ludhiana's a very rich city. Yeah. Where like people are always like, no, I'll drop you home. Or like
Ha.
everyone's wearing outfits. In Calcutta, it's all these girls wearing the shortest clothes, just going to like
Yeah.
from one club to the other. I think
It's more
safety.
commie also, and there's less tam jam, which is similar to Bombay. Like Bombay, you'll go in a tank top and jeans and no one will bat an eyelid. But in Delhi, I don't know if you can do that.
But then how do you move from this, again, like a very commie socialist
Yeah.
hangover culture
Yeah.
to a hyper consumer, hyper capitalist, and then in the middle of that, you're a content creator. Like your entire life is hyper consumer.
That's why I have an identity crisis weekly.
Champagne socialism.
Yeah, I think that even DU was so like, we will protest, we will fight again. Like I remember the first protest I went for was against ACs in the girls' hostel.
Against, as in for ACs in the.
Against
So there was
AC.
ACs in the girls' hostel. The boys' hostel was crap, like horrible. But also because there were no facilities, so the fee was still very nominal. The girls' hostel, they glammed it up, made it really like nice and pretty. And so the fees also went up. But the protest was that people who are taking the hostel are not taking it for the facilities. They're taking it because it's safe and cheap. And then they were like, if they wanted AC, they could move into a PG if they wanted. So they were like, एक option था, वो भी आपने ले लिया. That's what I'm saying. Like the protest I'm going
Yeah.
for was also so, like,
Niche.
yeah. And then I come to Bombay and
Yeah.
it's like, मैं गाड़ी में बैठ के मुझे जाना है या इतनी गर्मी हो रही है 5 मिनट खड़े नहीं हो सकते मैं पाउडर कर रही हूँ अपना फेस so it's quite yeah
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a moment of silence to that. I guess also when I was in Delhi, I was quite broke
Yeah.
as a college, and now I have my own independent. Like I'm very financially independent. That has changed everything for me. I don't know if I would go like what the things I would do in Delhi. Metro band ho ja rahe the when I was going to the protest, but
Yeah.
I was still going, sitting there till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And different communities were coming together
Yeah.
and doing. Yeah, I think it also has to do with your own personal finance. at
And
some
even
level.
another thing of like, you know, Delhi is very unsafe and stuff. But at the protest, everyone,
Nothing.
like all the men are trying
Yeah.
to usher you into
Yeah.
safety. If there's anything, they'll make room for
Yeah.
you. And yeah.
You could sleep there if you wanted to,
Yeah.
if it was getting literally like, it was beautiful actually, you're right.
No, but there is Bombay is fun in those ways. I think if you're in your 20s and you're hustling and everything, then Mumbai is the
Good city to hustle
It is.
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
In Dadar also, the first time I ever took a train, this guy, I was crying at the station. I don't know why I took Dadar as the first local
As
I had
one
to
does.
take. Right? I was like, karna hi hai to pura kar
Yeah.
leti hu. And this one guy, I was like, I don't know where to go. I was going into the outstation train or some shit, and he walked me till my train. It was at least like a 5-7 minute walk from his platform to mine. Walked me, dropped me off. Not one thing was said between, like nothing was, we did not converse. But he dropped me and he went away.
I
He
love
didn't even
that.
wait for the thank you. I don't know what.
Yeah, they're just like, this is part of my job. Like,
Yeah.
chalo now. But that's
Yeah, so much for time नहीं है बॉम्बे में, but
yeah,
निकाल लेते हैं लोग.
निकाल लेते हैं थोड़ा बहुत. Like more than 5 minutes he would have left.
Speaking of romanticizing struggles, coming to the topic of hand,
Yeah.
dating horror stories.
Yes.
We did ask our audience for their horror stories, and I want to read the first one out. Here's one that will honestly make your hair stand on end. Back when I was a student, I lived in Milan and I had a Turkish roommate who went on dates like clockwork every other day until one night she went on a date with a serial killer. She was convinced she had found the love of her life. She went home with him, and then, in the middle of a freezing Milan winter, she woke up around 4 a.m. Only then did she notice something horrifying. She was stepping on a plastic sheet that covered the entire floor. Thankfully, he lived in a typical Italian loft with the kitchen downstairs. She quietly peeked from the staircase, and what she saw made her blood run cold. He was in the kitchen preparing knives, bleach, and God knows what else. Her instinct kicked in immediately. She was like sleeping.
this is not instinct.
She called the cops, locked herself in, and jumped out of a window until they arrived. It later turned out this guy had already murdered 6 women.
Ah?
That night, my roommate would have been the 7th if she hadn't acted fast. Thank fucking God. PSA, this is not made up. We lived through it right in the middle of COVID as students in Italy.
Dumb ways to die, truly.
Dude, how can you fall asleep?
At a guy's
At a
house.
stranger's house
That's
at
true.
4 a.m. I mean, I feel like we've all done it. We've just woken up.
Yeah.
I think like when you're younger, you think that no problem can ever end in disaster, and you make the worst decisions with your life, and you genuinely feel immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. Especially in love and with
In
men.
Italy.
इटली में क्या ही हो जाएगा मेरे
भाई, इटली
Pasta बनाएगा.
पास्ता बनाएगा.
Excuse me, फ्रांस में वो अपनी बीवी के साथ कर रहा था, like
नहीं
हाँ.
नहीं
हाँ, तो
होता है.
हाँ.
आई एम जस्ट सेइंग हमें लगता है कि नहीं होगा because foreign.
हाँ.
West में कैसे हो सकता
हाँ भाई, like this is only
But then,
exclusive.
and then how do you call your parents? You're like, hey, actually, when I was sleeping over at this stranger's house,
Yeah.
after we hooked up, he tried to kill me.
Yeah, what do you say?
I would not tell my parents.
My mom has threatened to call the police on a guy that I was dating because he was yelling at me, and she was like, I know where he lives and I will call the police on him. daddy will find out and then it's done. But
Dude.
Yeah.
I would tell, but yeah, I guess I have a chill mom, so I can tell her
I have a chill mom also. I just wouldn't have the guts.
No, but
that I'm stupid.
I had a guy come to my house and yell at me. So my dad was there and he was just like, what the fuck? And I had to finally come clean to him. I was like 18. This was my boyfriend at the time. We had just broken up. And then I was like, yeah, actually, he's been bothering me for a month. We broke up a month ago and he shows up outside my college and he shows up outside these places. So I didn't want to tell you because it's so embarrassing. Then my dad was like, okay, give me his mom's number. So then I gave his mom's number and my dad was like, listen, I'll literally take him to the police station. I won't even file a case. I'll just have the cops beat him up for one night. This soy boy from Versova is not gonna last more than one night. And then the mom was like, I'm so sorry, so I'm so sorry. I'll control my son. Which was not possible for 1 month when I had been asking. And then suddenly she can control her son when my dad steps in. Top 10 embarrassing moments of my life.
Men need to be locked up.
Yeah.
But comment down below if you are living in another country, if you're a student, if you're working, how do you, like, what steps are you taking for your safety? Who are the people you can call? Would you tell your parents? How clued in are they? Do they have your live location?
But what would y'all do if y'all woke up and there was plastic and then you leaned and he was like,
Dude, a friend of mine, she was abroad for a holiday and she dated a couple of guys. The one guy turned out to be particularly shady, okay? All the things were adding up to the fact that he was quite possibly a drug dealer, okay? Because he was
Dated
always
some
on
of them too.
Snapchat.
oh, he was always on Snapchat.
Oh, they always.
Yeah. Okay, all of this anyway. They were texting for a bit, like, okay, after a point, he ghosted her. She was a little bit sad. Went back on a holiday. He reaches out. He's like, I was in jail. Just got out. So sorry for my absence.
I wasn't ghosting you.
Yeah, I was just incarcerated.
That's the only valid excuse.
Have you
ghost me.
watched Should I Marry a Murderer?
No.
Oh my god, this one woman. She finds out that the guy who proposed to her, she's only been dating him for 3 months, had run into a cyclist, some charity cyclist, who was alive when he ran into him, but he got so scared, him and his twin brother, they took him on their estate, which was huge, and they buried him alive, and it was a missing persons case for 3 years. So she's like, I have to call the cops. She calls the cops, but at the same time, she's still living with him, she's still fucking him. She's like and the entire documentary is just Snapchat videos of them with the dog filter, because it happened in like 2016.
Oh, yeah. Those
And
documentaries.
with the flower crown, she's like doing drugs with him, everything. Then he finds out that she called the cops. He goes to jail for 3 months. He comes out. They reconcile while he's under trial, and she's living on the farm with him and his twin brother, and they're still fucking. And she was like, I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I was just like, they were snorting coke together and all of that, and just having the best time of her life. Well,
That's love.
that's something.
Unconditional.
Oh, she was, while she was fucking him, she was gathering evidence.
She
again.
was
Makes sense.
but like just one day random. It's not like she was asking him any questions. He would get drunk. He would start talking. So she would sit like this and press the record button.
With the dog filter on.
That whole
Why couldn't she use a
documentary.
voice memo?
That whole documentary was just Snapchat filters. Y'all must watch it.
I'm excited.
It's crazy.
I can understand her thought process
Right?
also. She's like, I know everything about him.
Yeah,
We literally share all our secrets.
Yeah.
that's what she said. That's literally
Yeah.
what she said. Like, he hadn't told anyone for 3 years, but within 2 months of dating me, he felt comfortable enough
To tell
sharing.
you.
I would feel flattered also. You know, I would be like, मुझे बताया उस लड़कियों को नहीं बताया.
I've never told anybody this, but I have IBS. Me too. I murdered a person and buried them in my backyard. We're so close now.
Yeah. This was the premise of the drama also, I guess.
Yes, we
We were
just
just
discussed
discussing-
Oh, well,
Yeah. And we don't think Zendaya did the worst thing.
no, she didn't.
Okay.
Okay, thank God we're all on the
Everyone
same page.
agrees.
Yeah.
But I don't think mine's. If there was plastic, I would have been like, "Hey, cheapo, you didn't take off the plastic off the floor or what? Like, you're scared I'm gonna ruin it." It would never have clocked for me. Why are you cooking at 3 a.m.? Are you weird? Bleach in the kitchen? It's supposed to be in the bathroom.
He just starts crying.
He's like, please leave.
Well,
But I feel like the louder you are as a person, it throws the other person off.
I don't think that's true.
no.
No?
No. Sometimes it ends you faster. Like, shut the fuck up.
That's a risk you have to take.
Louder as in when you're getting killed.
Like
Yeah.
in the sense
no, when
that
you're coming.
Oh!
No.
Oh, acha.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
if you're negging someone when they're trying to kill you, will they kill you faster or will they be like, bitch, leave?
Depends on the killer.
Yeah, you have
Maybe
to.
if they want to be entertained. Or if they enjoy the negging in a sadistic way.
It'll be more.
Like
You know
they
those-
torture you slowly.
Those premises where people are like, they're manipulating the conversation and making it last longer so that the killer, like, they buy their
Yeah,
life.
Yeah.
Would you be able to survive in that
Haan.
scenario?
So, as the
Like, would
victim.
you be able to manipulate the conversation to keep buying those few seconds?
मुझे पहले ही मार दो फिर. Like मैं भीख नहीं मांगने
the
वाली.
conversation is too painful.
Yeah.
for you.
What I'll talk to you about? What small talk I'll make? What's your
I-
biggest insecurity? Murdering people.
My insecurities are I'll get caught.
Fair.
No,
Yeah,
I feel
but-
like I could buy time, but as soon as he starts telling me his life story, I'll be like, I'm bored. Kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can talk, then I'm happy.
You should start a podcast.
I must. I'll think about it. Do we have anything that can top that?
I don't know if I ever shared. There's this guy I was seeing, and he was always a little bit like, little unhinged, but he always brought his nicer side to me. And then he would like, take his time separately from me and have his little mentee be in. He's like, I was having a mental breakdown. So I never understood the depravity of the breakdown because he was kind enough to do it by himself. Many years later, this girl reached out to me and she's like, did you ever see this guy? I said, yeah, I did. She said, did he also beat you?
Huh? Also.
And I said, no, he did not. And then she told me about this entire story where he literally like love bombed her. Now, every time I use the word groomed, I get shat on, but he kind of like groomed her, made her quit her job, was extremely violent, and then eventually became a therapist.
Oh?
He became a therapist.
He's a therapist. He helps people.
अरे इसलिए हम सबके mental health खराब
Yeah.
हैं.
Can you imagine?
And I
That's
was just like, it's
crazy.
kind of
What?
there's something very eerie about knowing that a person that you were with has this deeply violent tendency that you could have been the victim
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see a glimpse of it and then later you think about it. Like one of my exes and I had a physical altercation.
Altercation.
Where it wasn't, I don't, actually you guys tell me. We were having a fight. He started barging out of the door. It was a really bad fight. Toxic to the
Huh.
We were yelling and all that. He started barging out. I was going to stop him. He did this. And I
Abuser.
fell. But fell like ekdam idhar.
And what was his reaction?
Oh, good question. He was quite like, Kya ho gaya? I'm so sorry. But I was like crying and I was like, I'll jump off the balcony. Like, I was
If you hate me so much.
just hit me properly then so I can tell my friends it.
But to be fair, you're also very tiny.
Huh.
You know, I feel like if we had done this to one of us, we would have stood there.
Which happened to me once, where a guy tried to physically threaten me, and I had been boxing for 4 years, so I was like, yeah, you wanna fucking hit me to my face, bitch. And then he backed down and started crying.
I did this once with the same guy at a dhaba when I went like this. He was standing on the step above me. Then also, I was like, yeah, so I don't know if it wasn't that
Yeah.
bad.
Okay. Hi guys, here's the tea. I was going on a date with my now ex-fiance. I gave him the keys to my family car to take me there since I didn't know how to drive. First mistake. We went to a cafe and ordered food. Everything seemed normal until a group of guys came in and sat right next to us. I didn't know any of them, but one of them made eye contact with me. At the exact same moment, my ex saw me glance over at the other guy. It was literally just a glance, and that's when things went sideways. He starts interrogating me. Why did you look at him? You want his attention. He got super creepy and angry, and then just like that, he left the cafe. Oh, and he took my car keys, my phone, and my wallet with him. The food arrived, and I was stuck. I couldn't leave without paying, so I waited for an hour. Finally, he came back. In the car, I asked him what his problem was. He said, "You shouldn't look at any guy, they don't have good intentions." I argued back, and suddenly he stopped the car in the middle of the road and got out. Now, I was sitting in a car, and I don't know how to drive. He left me there. Cars were honking, people were staring, and somehow I managed to drive the car home in first gear. My first ever time driving.
Oh.
Oh no.
Bichari.
That's very sad, actually.
That's actually very sad.
In 2026, if a guy is telling you, I don't trust someone else's intentions, so you need to censor yourself, please
Yeah.
do not listen to that bullshit.
Really.
I will say, in a non-toxic setup, a car fight is the best kind of fight.
When
Because
you
you're
jump
trapped. It's like, you're trapped. You're like, no, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave at
yeah.
a signal. Then you open the door a little bit, and he's like,
Or
please,
not at the signal.
Please, shut the door. Shut the door.
Have you ever left?
I didn't
No.
get the memo
I've
on
left
this
in
fight.
the car.
I was with you guys till the car door opened. I'm like, ye sab pagal hai.
And then you have to sit like this. If he's here, you have to sit
Yeah. And he's also like leaning out with a cigarette in his
Yeah,
hand.
just get back in, and then he's tailing you slowly, and you're walking off in a half. 10 on 10 experience.
I have to left in the middle of a fight from the car, in the middle of traffic. I walked out of the car.
And did he?
He kept slowly coming with
Yeah,
the
that's
car.
top tier experience.
true.
You have so much power in that moment. Unless he
Yeah.
decides to drive off, then you're
Then
fucked.
you don't have power, yeah.
But you only do it with guys who won't drive off.
Yeah. Well, not me.
You got driven off on?
No. I
Oh.
would do it with someone that I believed
She's
would
like,
drive.
I don't see gender like that.
All men are lovely. No one said that.
Wow, I did not know that this was an.
You must try it in a car.
No, I'm okay now.
Yeah. Early 20s, it makes sense to do all
Like
this.
18 to 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, max.
24 is also.
18 to 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said 24 just in case you had.
Don't listen to this shit, guys, please.
Yeah. Don't do
It's
all this.
beautiful.
It's dangerous also.
This is a slippery slope because when you decide to push it one step too far, which is like actually get out and leave, that's playing with the relationship entirely.
Absolutely. मैं कौन सा बोल रही हूँ मैं नहीं कर रही थी. I was equally horrible.
You were playing,
Yeah.
juggling with it. Yeah. Even I was fully playing. If I actually valued the relationship, who's gonna get out and slam the door and
Yeah.
then walk
But
off?
why would you guys be like in a relationship that was like so gamified?
Okay.
I'm just asking.
Okay.
I'm just asking, bhai. I'm not saying like making a
know,
judgment. I'm just
So,
asking.
that is a real answer. I guess it's very enthralling and exciting also.
It's the adrenaline of like, oh, let me see how far I can push it and how much he'll still follow. But then I feel like
So is it like a validation thing?
it's just now we are toxic. We both know we're gonna break up.
Haan.
Now, but we're fighting. So
Yeah.
let me see if he'll actually come manao me.
It's very Safina and Gully Boy
Yeah.
energy also, which we've grown up watching. And then you're like, passion you confuse with the fight. Love and passion, you're like,
Yeah.
if we don't have this much.
Passion, then you're not into me and I'm not into
Yeah,
you.
like if I'm going to sit and communicate, at that age, if I was sitting and communicating, I would assume that it's a boring relationship.
Yeah.
Because I remember rejecting nice communicative men because they were not giving me this dopamine pull and push type of thing.
But also, have you all ever been in this situation where someone, like a guy looks at you and your boyfriend's like, how the fuck did he look? It's so embarrassing.
As in? Oh.
Like, I remember one time I was walking down the road and some guy catcalled me. And my boyfriend at the time was like, what the fuck? And I said, yeah, what the fuck? That was horrible. And he said, no, what the fuck are you doing that guys are catcalling you? Guys won't just do this like this. And I was like, have you met guys actually?
They
and
would
then
catcall
a tree.
Oh, yeah, literally.
And then he was like, okay, so if you didn't do anything, I'm going to go beat him up. And I was like, literally so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, he has moved on with his life. He should not have catcalled me. But now you're going to go and be like, us bandi ko catcall kyunki he's done it to 20 women after me. He doesn't even know who he's getting beaten up for. So I was like, I just want to go home. It's my curfew time. So then we got into a fight and we broke up.
What?
Yeah.
Because a random stranger catcalled you.
Yeah, and it
'cause
wasn't
you're
even,
hot.
it was a,
Ish.
he could have done that to anyone though.
Yeah,
Why did
literally.
my boyfriend take the
I was getting
tear and
catcalled
stuff?
at 12 years of age. What is he saying?
Yeah. It's like, then you must be doing some. Then you don't go out.
Kar beta.
Okay.
Once again in 2026.
This was 2015, I think.
Still.
Yeah. Like literally in my
Internet
school
to tha.
uniform.
If that's happening to you in 2026, it's not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, now there's enough infographics on Instagram to have read
Yeah.
about how to be a nice boy.
In our day when we were wild and free. But I can't believe this is how she had to learn how to drive.
Yeah, we have
Yeah, sorry.
poor thing.
This is literally worse than your dad yelling at you on the side when you're learning how to drive.
Yeah.
It's extremely unfair to leave someone stranded. To get to a level of anger and aggression where like you would take even their wallet and stuff away to teach them a lesson. This is fucking Kabir Singh.
Yeah. And because she glanced at a guy at a cafe, I had to stare at everyone.
Right.
Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm
To
saying?
know if I know them or kya pehna hai.
Yeah. Look at that one.
This really rich lady that I know of in Bombay who like treats her staff like shit. She had her house help was friends with my house help, so she told me the story of how her driver was getting yelled at by her because there were potholes on the road, and she started yelling at her driver and started swearing and giving maki gali and all that to him, and she was like chalana nahi aata ye wo whatever, and so he stopped the car and he left the key there and he said aap chala lijiye, and he walked out and said I'm not doing this job anymore. That's the only time
Yeah.
you deserve
Yeah.
it.
Agreed. There are caveats.
Yeah.
But her fiance,
That's whack.
yeah. Sorry,
That's
we
whack.
completely digressed from your horror story, but this is horrific. Okay, next story.
Yeah.
I'm reading a short one. I went to a college where living in the hostel was mandatory. While I was there, I went on a date with a guy who also lived in the hostel. Everything was going fine until the conversation took a weird turn. He told me he didn't trust the water coolers. They made him sick. Fair enough, I thought. But then he revealed his solution. He only drank Coca-Cola. Not Diet Coke, not any other soda, just straight up regular Coca-Cola.
Nice.
For all his liquid intake. And here's the kicker. He hadn't touched water in months. I don't know, but after that revelation, I just couldn't bring myself to go on another date with him.
Fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
I love Coca-Cola, but water is amazing.
Water is so tasty.
Also, like my ick is
Thanda
when
garam mix.
people order those, like when people's food taste palettes are very small, like so they only like a burger and nuggets and like red sauce pasta.
Yeah. Mix sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give something more.
Yeah.
This is the strangest reason to not go on a date, but the most valid also.
As far as bad habits go, what's a bad habit that you would be like, this is my limit? Like, one bad habit that in dating you would not touch at all.
This, I think, an addiction to something, because I feel like I am prone to being an addictive person. So if they could enable something in me, I would not be with them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Like-
you still feel like I feel as anxiously attached people or anxious attachers.
Yeah.
All this stuff on paper is like yeah. This is my absolute no. But the minute you meet a live person with a pulse, you're like, oh, I can put up with this. I can put up with that. He seems like a nice person. He's
Yeah.
warm. He's this. He's
नहीं,
that.
मैं तो नसी काट लूँ. अगर if I meet someone nice, I'm like, whatever, you must have killed someone, but I'm here for you.
What do you think are some like common mistakes you make in relationships or in your love life that have really cost you?
The wrong people.
The wrong
I
people.
just think I picked the wrong people. Or my therapist was telling me that I hyperfixate on people because of my neurodivergence, and I become obsessed with them, and like my focus becomes them, like literally a special interest. So, and yeah, I don't know. I think that's the mistake.
And then do you start mirroring their personality and their interests?
No, I don't think I do that because I have enough going for me in that department. But I do think that, oh yeah, no, actually I do that.
Yeah?
Like I'll be like, oh, this you're not okay with. Yeah, me also. I also hate it. Yeah. Matlab,
Gross,
Yeah, yeah. Like I'll quit dal chawal for you, or like something very dumb. Also, I'll do for them.
And now that you know that this is your pattern, do you still fall into it?
In different fonts. It feels different every time, no?
No, I'm just asking.
It's reduced quite a bit. I think the quality of people has improved.
Yeah. One step by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that because you're in therapy and you're aware of your patterns, or is it because you're pouring so much into yourself that you are picking better men because you finally lifted your standard of what makes you happy?
नहीं बहुत रो ली मैं इसलिए शायद. Like I really I think it's just like now I just know my threshold has it has decreased.
Yeah.
So therefore my standard has increased. Don't think the work has been put to increase the standard organically. It has just been like, oh, I can't. So now I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
no
it's-
need to do this more.
It's tougher to romanticize men that are not even doing this much.
Now it's
Huh.
become tougher.
Yeah.
But if I'm in love, then I actually genuinely like to do everything that I possibly can.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, if I've shown them what they can get with me and they
Yeah.
still don't want it, then I'll back down. But usse pehle, I will not back down.
But that gamble is so heartbreaking because if it doesn't work out, then to build yourself back up again, I feel like is tough. And to all the people who do that, I've done that also, like in my life too many times, where you really put the best version of yourself out, and you're like, objectively, this person is amazing. And then
Yeah.
some dumb fuck is like, no, I don't even want this.
Yeah.
And then they go and settle for something absolutely different because of their demons and their whatever's in their closet.
But the what if is more painful now. That you're like, what if I had done this also? Perhaps they would have seen me for being the best for them. So I think that what if puts me in more agony than it would.
Like maybe if I just do this one last thing. If I do this one last thing.
one more grand gesture, one more sign of my undying love for this person.
And it's so hard when you have so many talents and interests because the undying gestures,
Yeah, they don't end. Like
they don't end.
They don't end. And it's okay.
Which is why I feel like with grand gestures, and maybe I learned this very late, the pure joy of pouring those grand gestures into your friendships are unparalleled.
Yeah.
Because everyone's constantly doing little things for each other.
Especially girls.
Yeah.
We have so many feelings about our friends more
Yeah.
than men do about their guy friends.
Which, I mean, for a different life, they can figure their thing out. But what we have going on is really, really nice. Like, on my birthday, she made me this, she couldn't be here because she had to attend another wedding. Modi ji here, who's going for
Seventh wedding of the season.
I'm literally
Sakshi
going to
has-
Australia for a wedding.
Arey.
Your birthday's coming. She should just let her know she'll be somewhere. But she made this full, not like a scavenger hunt, but she made 5 letters for 5 days. I felt like Anjali from Kuch Kuch Hota
I
Hai.
know you told me that.
told you, yeah.
And each letter was corresponding to a gift and an emoji, and it was so sweet. And the Sakshi's feedback after all this was, she's like, I just had this itch to do something where I want to know how well I know this person and
Yeah.
how I can surprise them and make them feel little joys. No guy has ever said that to me. You know?
That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
It was so sweet. I
Yeah.
died. I was literally the end of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai Rani. You know?
Aw.
Yeah.
But I do feel that we're very thoughtful for each other's big events. I think I remember a couple of years ago we ended up hosting Karima's birthday. It was her first year
In
moving
Bombay.
to Mumbai properly. And I feel like with me at least I have that advantage of being from Mumbai, so I try my best to make my friends feel at home. But I would be lying if I thought I was the most high effort person. I feel like I'm doing so much because I'm also
You
like I
hosted my
get so
party.
much. Yeah, but Karima's written me a letter like 2 times, and both times I've like cried. Naina, like literally, I'm like, will you pet sit my dog for a week? And she's like, yeah. And I
Aw.
said it as a joke because I wasn't even I was expecting her to get scared, but she didn't get scared. So I think we, at least all of us, even though you guys have just moved less than 5 years ago, both of you all have kind of built that. Life where your friends will show up for you even if it's an annoying plan, not just a birthday or an event or a party, even
Yeah.
if it's like, oh,
An eye doctor.
literally.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Find me a woman who won't take accountability when you ask them to show up.
Yeah.
Every single person will show up. They will show up. Whether it's for a friend or it's for
Yeah.
an acquaintance or it's for the neighbor who needs like help going somewhere, you will show up.
And naam ka show up also nahi. Like they will actually do what you've requested. Now, even if it's a DIY day, like Sakshi was having a bad day and she was like, I feel like making tank tops. We were all there.
Yeah.
It's just sweet little things that really make up. Like yesterday also, Idalia and I were hanging and we were sitting on a bed and talking for
Yeah.
6 hours. Healing.
Yeah.
Truly beautiful. Domestic hangs with women.
Plus, it's never. I feel like if with a man you're like, oh, let's do this, then you have to follow up one more time. Then you have to follow up one more time. Even in friendship, I'm not saying just in relationships, but I feel like you could nurture a relationship with a man as much, and it'll be good, it'll be whatever. But you nurture a relationship with a woman, and you will be getting the returns for years and years on end. Even if you become an absolute bitch 5 years later, they'll still stick around for 4 years after that, and they're like, no, I need to be there for
Yeah.
this person. She
Yeah.
once gave me a pad.
But
in
which
2018.
happens. No,
And we're following each other on Instagram.
but to sometimes almost to like sometimes like Moses is like, I don't understand female friendships because sometimes there's bad behavior and people are doing all of these things, but you're still showing up because you're like, no, but there's this bad behavior, but there's like this much
All
good
this.
stuff that this person and I do together. This is
Yeah.
a relationship, and maybe you don't understand that, but for me it's everything. Like these
Yeah.
people are my family, and
Yeah.
your sibling will never always 100% of the time be like the person you want to hug. You want to beat the shit
Yeah.
out of them sometimes.
It's a sister thing also.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
it
your
is.
sisters can be absolute bitches. But at the end of the day, they will be in your will.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like you will go back to them. You'll say I love you in whatever way you say I love you to
Yeah.
your sisters. And then you also, maybe there's also empathy in female friendships and understanding where that bitchy behavior is coming from. Because our lived experiences inadvertently sometimes make us behave badly.
Yeah.
Not to take away all responsibility from how people behave badly, but maybe us being flawed doesn't have so much to do with ourselves than it does with the world also.
Yeah.
Also, it's fun for me personally if my friends are flawed. It's fun for me because I'm like, okay, I get to see the real version of someone,
Yeah.
and I don't have to pretend to be something I'm not. I know what triggers my friends. I know, like, okay, this one's going to be a bitch about this, but I can just go and tell my friends, like, okay, I know you're going to be a bitch about this. And
Yeah.
just with women in general, we're so accountable that if other people have clocked that I'm a certain way, I clocked it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's just, there's some comfort in knowing that you could show up as the worst version of yourself and your friends are not going to abandon me like
Yeah.
you, which I quite appreciate actually. Yeah.
So do you think you could ever live in a future where you decide not to do the conventional like marriage babies thing and actually just live communally with your other female friends?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've
Sounds quite
discussed
ideal.
I've discussed the homestead situation with quite a few of my girlfriends, and
Not me.
you also.
I'll do it with you.
Up until 2 weeks ago, she wanted a baby.
No, 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks
It's been
ago.
3 weeks.
Now what happened?
Nahi
Got your
hona.
period.
Nahi. Period ended, yeah, for sure. No, I mean, again, it's such a toss up, and it's great to have casual conversation about having kids and not having kids because, you know, you
Yeah.
can clearly change your mind. But I feel like one, I really enjoy my life.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
do, and there's something very nice about not needing help all the time because you can do
Yeah.
it for yourself. And I don't want to bring a kid into this world, knowing the state of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound appealing. And if at whatever point, and I don't actually want to do IVF either because I don't want to put my body through that. I already deal with a bunch of hormonal issues. I don't want
Yes.
to pump myself with more shit. And respect whoever does. But I'm like at 34 now. If
With
I'm
more
going to
shit, respectfully.
But now I'm like, if at 34, 35, I'm like freezing my eggs for this child I
Yeah.
might have at 40, I'll
No
adopt,
need.
dude. I'm okay to
Henna?
adopt if the
Yeah.
time comes.
100%. I want to adopt like a teen. I don't think I want kids. That's been my recent realization.
Yeah.
And even a pregnancy scares me. Once again, my body doesn't
Yeah.
need to see all that.
Yeah.
And abhi hai now already. There are so many babies like that
Right.
can
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
new one to manufacture and go
And then
through.
like literally it'll rip you coming out. I
yeah.
really
And be
it's-
ungrateful 15 years later about it
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, I think the one place that you need to get in your head, and I hope I'm here, I hope because it keeps switching, is that I don't want to regret being child free. And I think I don't want to regret it because people are like, baad mein pata chalega why and when the
That
time
is
has
that's
come.
propaganda.
But there's a middle ground of like adopting an older child.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Because then you get to nurture and you
Mentor maybe.
mentor, or
Yeah.
if you have enough money and you want to give back or whatever, then you can.
Yeah.
But people say that about old age now, that like if you have children, then they will take care of you in your old age.
What
But-
guarantee is there?
That's what.
I also genuinely think it's just like the patriarchy wanting to live on. So they're like, of course you have to have kids or you'll become a crazy lady. Like, but it's like, oh, just a lady who does what she wants to do with her free time. Just a lady.
Crazy.
Insane.
Kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy.
Because I swear, like having this life of like living your life on your own terms, having the money to do whatever the hell you want to do, like this feels so good. And I want to share that information with other people, but no one's like, I don't know if people clock it or they're like, she's just talking shit, she's gone crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, genuinely, this is so peaceful.
That's true. But we're also around people who do validate this a lot. Like if I told someone back home or something, it would be like a, what
Yeah.
do you mean? Like what else is the purpose to life if not ये सब पैसे, success, ये सब तो आता रहेगा, but to find purpose in another human being that you have created and to see yourself in that other tiny being is the only reason for you to live. That's also a very extreme thought.
Yeah.
What is the purpose? What do you think your purpose could be?
It's like 4 p.m.
I don't know what I feel. I'm just thinking, like, you know, what,
So thrown off.
I want to like, I don't know. It would be nurturing something. It could be my art. It could be like maybe leaving behind something that people could reference for years later.
Yeah.
I would love to write a book before I die. The day I
Oh.
can publish it, I will be happy to be off this planet.
Abhi yaar.
But
So wait for a bit.
yeah, just hold on.
Maybe 20 years from now.
One word a day.
that's the pace
Wow.
I'm at anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's on your bucket list if you didn't have to conform to like this biological and manufactured urge to be romantically attached to somebody, to have kids, to do all of these things? What's on your bucket list?
Ooh, genuinely just run off and do all these things, like learn to play the piano, be, I don't know, sew something, become a tailor, like just live a very random life
Yeah,
away from everything I've ever known
yeah.
and keep changing every 5 years
I
and become a new person.
I find that so exciting.
It's so appealing, no?
And the best part is, and then that the idea that actually I have free will to do that
Right?
comes so late
It's
in
whack.
life.
Yeah.
You actually have the free
can
will
do
to
it.
just have fun.
It's whack. It's whack.
I love that for y'all.
Yeah.
What is your what is your
Yeah,
purpose?
I would just move to some island walking distance from the beach that doesn't get too hot, but it's also sunny and not windy. And I would just surf or something. Like surf and snorkel.
Yeah.
And eat fish.
Kind of the same page, I would
Yeah.
think.
I think it's
But you would never go offline with it?
I would fully go offline with it, but I don't want to monetize any thing that I find fun. I tried it once.
I have to say, the biggest piece in my life, if I could ever achieve, would be not needing to monetize my
Yeah.
happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love
I
making
don't do
videos.
it that much though.
Yeah,
I don't do it.
She's very good at.
Separating
But
your
then the
work life.
monetizing also doesn't happen. Yeah, that's what I'm
And for like 2 months, she's like, I haven't worked at all. And then she like, you'll see her at some ribbon cutting in Mulund, and you're like, what?
But that's why
so
you.
true.
All I want.
Rent dena.
Yeah, like I really want Sunny Leone's career. Like I just
It
want.
does not seem fun.
What do you mean? 3 months on Splitsvilla. And then like this kind of gig, right? Like cutting a ribbon,
Oh.
like being on a poster of a development, like
Oh.
that. Yeah.
No, but then I'd rather not do this side
Yeah.
of the world only.
This is so good. Then you can do the snorkeling and the fishing and the
that
eating.
is not.
I
3
want
months
to be.
I can't do Splitsvilla working.
You could do it. But
Are you crazy?
you don't have a
12-hour shoot
Splitsvilla
days.
moment.
She's like, you can't make money off what you love, and mischief is something she loves making.
No, I just
do
realized
love.
all Splitsvillans have more followers than me. So my only way to go is as a contestant, but I've aged out of that.
That's true. Oh, wow, yeah.
It's hard being an old.
Oh my god,
Hag.
we have.
Yeah, you're too old to be a contestant on Splitsvilla, guys.
Or for that Hybe India ka new
That
pop
too.
star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I left. Hybe?
The Cat's Eye ka management.
Oh,
They are coming to India.
Oh.
Yeah, they're building a girl group out of India.
have they heard of Wish?
Yeah, but even Wish is too old for Hybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
They are doing like 16 to 21.
Yeah, the ripe age for
ripe
grooming.
age. The ripe age to give someone an eating disorder.
Yeah, literally, they do. They literally do.
Too old for Silk Man.
Too old for Silkman.
Okay, if you are not too old for Silkman, comment down below and subscribe to this channel. Hype
Even if
this
you are
video.
too old.
Hype
Never
this
a
video.
problem.
You can follow Karima at these places that we link down below because we don't have the editorial capabilities.
Link down below, yeah.
But his picture we can put.
Yeah, thank you so
We
much
had
for
the
coming
best
on.
time.
Ooh, it was just a hang with the gal.
Please
Yeah.
come back in 2 years again.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in another
Hopefully at-
polka dot outfit.
Yeah.
Hopefully at 100k subscribers,
Woo!
guys. Come on.
Woo!
We've been trying for 1 year. We've been at 90.
परसों होने वाला है मैं
परसों
लिख के
होने
दे
वाला
रही हूँ
है. Okay. Bye, guys.